Now let us simplify this expression. Now, as long as m is a positive natural number. Now, we have base is 64. Okay, now let us first of all resolve the cube root of 64 raised to the power of 2m. Now let us recall that if you have the nth root of a, now this will give us a raised to the power of 1 over n. Okay, now let us apply that rule here. So all the same here, we have 7m, then 64 raised to the power of 3m. Now the square root of 64 raised to the power of 5m. Now the cube root of 64 raised to the power of 2m becomes 64 raised to the power of 2m, okay, or raised to the power of 1 over 3. And let us also recall that a raised to the power of m or raised to the power of n equals a raised to the power of m n. Alright, now let us apply that here. We have that is 7m root of 64 raised to the power of 3m into this square root of 64 is the power of 5m. Then to this m we have times 64 raised to the power of 2m all over 3. Also recall that a raised to the power of m times a raised to the power of n, as long as they're having the same base, the exponent will be summed up. Okay, applying that rule here, you have the 7m root of 64 raised to the power of 3m, then the square root of, now applying this here, it implies that we just need to add, which means 64 raised to the power of 5m, then plus 2m all over 3. Okay, now adding this up, this is simple as saying 15m, then plus 2m all over 3. In just a shortcut, just multiply 3 by 5, and here you have it. You end up having 17m all over 3. Okay, so the whole of this square root here becomes 64 raised to the power of 17m all over 3. Okay, now you can see here, still applying this rule here, then we have the 7m root of 64 raised to the power of 3m, then that will be times 64 raised to the power of 17m all over 3. Take note, all raised to the power of 2, 1 over 2, okay, which end up becoming the 7m root of 64 raised to the power of 3m. Then when we multiply according to this rule here, we have times 64 raised to the power of 17m all over 6, because when we multiply 3 times 2 give us 6. Now applying this same law here, we have that the 7m root of 64 raised to the power of 3m, since it's times or multiplication rather, then with the same base we have plus 17m all over 6. Okay, and when we tend to add this, we have here, let me just solve this here, this will be 18. 6 times 3m, we have 18m, then plus 17m all over 6, now which gives us 18m plus 17m should give us 35. So here you have 35m all over 6. Okay, now to that end, we have 35m raised to the power of, so for the sake of space, let me just clean this and replace it with 35m all raised to the power of 6. Okay, sorry, all over 6. Then applying this rule here again, so here we have 64 raised to the power of 35m all over 6, all to the power of 7m. Okay, and you can see that it is likened to this rule again, which implies that we need to multiply, and that will be 64 And what we tend to multiply, sorry, this should be 1 all over 7. 1 over 7m. So, and when we multiply, m will eliminate m. 7 will, 7 in 35 will give us what? 5. Okay, now we have 5 raised to the all over what? 6. Now, if we tend to reduce 62 to the power of, to the base of 2, so we end up having, that will be 2 raised to the power of 6, or raised to the power of 5 all over 6. And that's because 2 raised to the power of 6, that's 2 multiplied in 6 places, okay, will give us 64. Then we have 6 remains 6 here. We end up having 2 raised to the power of 5 as the final answer, okay, which also end up becoming 32.